We are now live on YouTube. All the aldermen are here except for Alderman Lott and Alderman String. Then we do have Eaton and Melissa Martin.
Well, guys, we come together to finish out this year of service to you and to our city. I think that we just got our hands. I pray that we keep you as our foreground in our life. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, is there a motion to adopt the agenda?
Motion.
All in favor? There a motion to approve the consent agenda 136.
Motion.
Discussion. Just so that UG, our AG report is up. I tell you, every time you put on the agenda, I'll read it. I think the Prince has done a great job, but again, she needs our support and like I said, timing and just resources to take the next step. And I know, Mayor, you've been working hard on this. I appreciate that. So, there's one that says unknown, or I think it's vacant. It's $20,000, about 3/4 right now.
That's,
And it goes up every month. So obviously, I'd love to know who that
it's nobody, it's when
things are still work out.
Having charges, yeah.
Yeah, that's you guys know more than I do. It's just when you put something in front of me, I'll read it and I'll look at it and ask those questions. So, but appreciate what you're working on. But there's still people out there who are flushing their toilets and not paying for it and forcing the other citizens in this fine city to subsidize it. Yeah. And it's difficult. And there's businesses on there too. That's why it's not just residents. And these are just people who they're within they're not on city water. So they're on city sewer and trash. So it's difficult, finding leverage points to do that. I know we have the option to turn off some sewer points, but we have to dig them up, and we've made some progress. But there's other ones who, like I said, it's whether we start looking at liens against properties or businesses, because again, I don't think it's fair to the rest of the citizens to pay and support other people who are not paying their own bills. And like I said, maybe not a popular opinion, but again, when you don't pay your bills, you force other people to, in this fine city, there should be consequences. So that's just my once a quarter rant when we see the agent report.
$50 worth of that type of work, yeah. Because at some point they're going to spend money for the work that gets done.
So it's only unpopular for the ones on the list. So.
Yeah, that's good. And
I hadn't noticed that too.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, that's the one to call or raise their voices. And I think the next time, right now the list is by alphabetical order. I'd ask the next one to be done by streets. And that way we'll understand, it'll be a little clearer to identify, within our wards, where they are.
And we're looking at a time for Clearwater to have some time to go do that. And understanding we're digging down 5 to 10 foot to shut these off as opposed to I can shut your water off if you just to go do that. The other stuff's a little more difficult, unfortunately.
But like I say, maybe it's about notification, because right now we're the ones that see the reports, no one else does. Sometimes you'd be surprised some businesses that are on this list.
One suggestion one time was to send out a letter. It was actually to tell you how long ago it was to start publishing on a list or on Facebook people that were doing it. At least get a phone call, or it is what it is.
I'm fine with that. That's like I said, sometimes you just have, maybe they don't realize they're not paying their bills. Maybe that's what it takes.
You do get some where they're on septic, and I can understand that. But we don't have the authority out there to turn their water off to cause the problem. So we have done tons and tons of work, so we've got to have some money on the back end of it. Hope to have soon a number 2 of our rate changes on water to see what that has brought in extra that will allow us to plan for water work that we want to do.
And I just say all that, Mayor, on top of what the Prince is, that you guys have made some headway. So before we weren't making any progress.
Yeah, now it's her being more aggressive. Having the phone ring.
Yeah, so I appreciate
All of this smaller. Right? It's good.
Yeah, it's thousands, 1,500, 2,000. There's 4,800. There's one at 9,800. I mean, there's lots of numbers that's, and some of them,
ton, they were $98, 115, 85.
yeah, those are the broken ones. These are ones who are systematically not paying their bills, and there might be a good reason, but there's PRVO, there's other options. Like I said, if we don't at least address it, and we just say, it's okay, never pay your bills, that's not a governance type of activity.
Lakeboro and Hattiesburg, they don't get that benefit.
No, they do not. So, but I appreciate all we do. It just takes time and
It's frustrating, no doubt. I've already got a motion, we've got a second, all in favor? Public comment? Nobody signed the public?
I did.
Okay, well, come on. I was gonna say this is the first
I
meeting,
didn't
I didn't have anything.
It's me.
we're definitely not voting no against anything police have.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
The city's going nuts, but we're good at here.
It's good to know we're protected, I guess.
I would like to say congratulations to Lindsay on being named the executive director.
Yep. So for those that do not know, my name is Lindsay Brown. I've had the pleasure of working with many of you. I think there's only a couple that I haven't. And as of yesterday, I am the new executive director of the Pedal Chamber, and I am so excited for the opportunity. I have a couple of things to report, but first I just want to say I do understand the importance of the relationship between the city and the chamber, and I have seen firsthand the support that the city gives to the chamber, and I'm dedicated to keeping that up. So thank you so much. Really, the only thing I have to report on that we have just done was the Christmas parade. We had a record number of floats. It was 56 floats, the most in the parade since its inception. So that was wonderful. I think it went off without a hitch, and you guys showed up like you always do and supported that. Upcoming, we have the annual banquet that is set for January 29th at 6 p.m. And you guys have 2 tables. So I'm extending an invitation for you to come and fill your seats. I think that you guys will be sharing a table with the officers, the firefighters. Yep, January 29th at 6.
That is a Friday.
That's a Thursday. Yes.
We were narrowing it down.
Don't come Friday. You'll miss it. You'll completely miss it. That's a special night.
Y'all go ahead and do it.
No, we need you there. That's a special night, and we're looking forward to it. Robert St. John's the keynote speaker, and you guys all know that that's the night we get to honor our officers, our firefighters, our dispatchers, and our community members with these wonderful awards. And we're planning it up big, so we're excited, and we hope that you will come. But that's all I have.
Thursday, do we have a red ribbon?
Yes, Thursday we have a ribbon cutting, Magnolia on Main at 3:00. That is Pedal's newest salon, so if you can come and be a part of that, that would be wonderful. I think that's about it. Yep. Thank y'all.
Great job. You always wonder if people that get in positions that Lindsay has been thrown into, if you could count on them in a pinch. And I can say that I can fully say that I can count on you in a pinch. We parked in a place that we talked since we're VIPs. We would park someplace. So she texted me, and we were still in there after the ribbon cutting last week. She said, "Somebody's blocked us in." I immediately thought of Greg Bullock and all the soccer moms and dads out there. They have blocked me in. So I was going to make sure it wasn't Alderman Bullock that did it. But anyway, about 5 minutes later, she said, "I found them. They moved it, so I was able to go home." My suggestion was I was going to get my wife to pick me up. I would just get the vehicle the next day and hope it didn't get towed. But anyway, thank you and congratulations again. I think that's almost a record, just one public comment. Yeah. Pretty good. I guess it's that time of year. But anyway. All right, this is speaking of records, this is probably since I've been around, a record number of proclamations. Nikki, I want to go ahead and we're going to vote on this to make sure everything's.
We say yes to releasing them.
Chief, we already put him on there.
Yeah.
That's right. So we've already accepted your retirement. Well, they didn't even put up a fight. Anyway, I'd like on just to pick out number 7, have a motion to do a proclamation honoring Detective Mickey Kerr.
Motion.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
And Mickey, I'll go ahead and read this. Whereas Detective Mickey Hurd, a dedicated and esteemed member of the Pedal Police Department, has announced his retirement after over 40 years in law enforcement, including 17 in the city of Pedal. Whereas throughout his career, Officer Hurt has exemplified the highest standards of professionalism, integrity, and commitment, serving diligently to ensure the safety and security of our citizens. Whereas Officer Hurt has made significant contribution to the department, earning the respect and admiration of colleagues and community members alike. Whereas his leadership and mentorship have positively impacted both his peers and the next generation of law enforcement officers, fostering a culture of excellence within the department. Whereas the city of Petal thanks Detective Mickey Hurt on this occasion and lets him know he is always welcome in the friendly city.
Lots of changes.
Oh, yeah.
Especially last year.
Okay, now you can speak.
All right,
Appreciate it.
yes, sir. Just like I say, I enjoyed my calling being a police officer. It's a very stressful job, but we are grateful to have a police chief that supports his officers and a mayor that supports the police department, and that makes a big difference on these officers.
Absolutely. Appreciate the work you guys do. I always joke with the detectives that some of the ladies over here at City Hall can do their job. They know everything that's going on in town. But anyway, we know the work you guys do are hard. It's hard. And obviously we want to support our PD and the officers that have come up here. It speaks volumes about what they think of you. Guys, y'all come around here. Let's get a picture real quick.
Much shots.
We even used a good seal and a good paper. Okay, you gonna get us, Paula?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. I would like to ask Donna, Chief, if you would say a few words. Because you don't have to speak now. Please.
Yeah,
You work with
the whole 17 years, it's been a pleasure. Yeah. Folks have heard me say it around here, it's not gonna be the same without him around there. You can't really say that about everybody that leaves or anything, but he's special, you know, and he's already been missed, to be honest with you. So I've enjoyed working with him, and I'm glad for his next chapter in life. So if anybody deserves it, Mickey Hurt does. Congratulations.
that picture. Hey, could you, let's, come on up here.
Yeah, you were in, yeah, wait a minute.
I wasn't even thinking. We took one of these one time and I didn't pay attention to Alderman hadn't even gotten back. You didn't say.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you. Usually, if we go drink coffee with the PD, we usually get up and look at the executive area over there. Yeah, we have to calm the thing. So I always appreciate that. Anyway, thank you, Chief, for sharing your people with us. Yes, sir. And you do have a path forward on all of this as well, so I appreciate your work finding the next person up. Number 8, request to adopt a proclamation naming the 18th through the 24th of January as National Certified Registered Nurse Anesthetist Week. Say that real quick. Is there a motion?
Motion.
There's a motion. Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Number 9, request to adopt a proclamation in honor of Spring Creek Baptist Church. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
I'm going to talk to Brother Mike. He's going to be back in January, so I will either get him to a meeting or I'll present him with the proclamation. And is in honor of their 175th year in operation. this month. They actually were a split off. I've actually brought me a book up here that shows some of the history. And they're split off from Providence Baptist Church. That's down, what is that? It's out in
Glendale.
Eatonville. Yeah. Okay, they were split off from that. And there's a house that if you see the picture of it, you'll know which one it is. It's right there on Leeville Road, right when you cross the canyon off to the left. That's where they originally started meeting before they ended up on the hill. But that's some pretty deep roots.
It's hard to imagine a Baptist church splitting.
Yeah, I should have asked that question. Was it Amherst?
Right.
They say y'all were to cross that river.
Yeah.
You know?
I used to be a member there for.
Yeah, good times, good folks in the churches do a lot. Yeah, good community. Okay, number 10, request. Oh, there. Number 10, request to adopt a proclamation in honor of Blood Donor Month. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion second, all in favor?
May I approach, please?
Unless you got to check,
Fine.
check on any.
You bring me something?
Everybody on YouTube, supervisor, Steve Branger, interrupting our meeting.
You said something about good people at Greens Creek.
Yeah, he walked in. Did you have your taser on you?
Yes, sir. We don't have again.
All right, bids and quotes, number 11, request to accept bids on fire rescue equipment for Chief Sims. So second, all in favor?
So just, and this is an example where reverse bid auction actually works to our favor. It's not very popular in some legislation in Jackson, but this is an example where it has worked to our benefit. Like I said, where we actually driving down the second one. So a lot of times legislative actions at state, because the idea is that the level of threshold is, I think it's 100,000 for reverse, 75, and you want to drive it down even lower. So that would help us. Be more competitive. You might not like it, but I like it because I think it gives a better value for the citizens. Yeah, yeah. So it's more work for the bureaucracy, but it pays off and does, but it serves the public better. So I just thank you for doing this for us. It could have been done the other way. So thank you for.
Handle this.
She's not looking at helping.
We had 5 or 6 grants going on at any given time, which is what she
Yeah.
really wants to get into.
We should down to 10,000.
She's dreaming of one day. Maybe one day.
But
We're working.
because it's for only 113,000, I think it worked out well for us.
Well, is that what the original?
That was the original quote that they done. It's only just a select few of vendors, 3, maybe 4 vendors. There was only 2 that
Came back after that.
met the specs. One of those backed up because he didn't meet the specs, left the other.
All right, notable business.
You didn't give a.
All in favor?
Aye.
General business, request to accept engineering original job and wait for design and bid of Hinton Park Playground. Is there a motion?
Motion.
And a second,
So
Melissa.
discussion on this one though, because this is, I know we had set on Child Doing Waste doing our splash pads, but when we do, Les Weston, I love him. He's a great road builder and a great bridge builder. But I think I want to make sure we have public input, especially from the dean and Excel by 5 into design. Because I think we're going to incorporate potentially some of the money, or if we don't, I just want to make sure we're not basically turning over our design concept to an engineer. Much as an engineer, I don't like to say that, but I know there's input because I think we had the initial design with the RFP that we had some initial input.
It would actually, that's right.
Yeah, that's the route we had, but
We just figured out.
the reason I say that is
Legally, we
Yeah.
can do it.
But even that didn't have a lot of input from Excel by 5 and from other constituents.
It did.
Not from constituents I talked to. I didn't see it. So I like more 5 would like to get involved in the process.
No, he had talked to Excel. He had to talk to Ann,
Yeah, because there's the thought that they might would
do what
come in
Ann.
and partner with us on this and get what they want as an addition.
That's part of the collaboration. But again, what I don't want to see is something going out to bid without at least I'd like to have some input on it, if that's optional. If it's not, then
I don't think
I'd like
the
to
initial,
leave this.
well, I don't think the original bid would have their stuff on, if I'm not mistaken, or would it?
It would.
It was going to.
Maybe that's why the numbers I was getting almost.
It's not a top part, but it's their top part.
So they would sign off on the final. Yeah, I guess so. Okay.
Yeah, we were gonna get.
after the fact. I mean, at that point, it's more of a hostage situation, like, hey, sign this and give us your money.
No, we were gonna have their input once we picked a playground person,
We have to have.
but we can't do it that way, we have to.
And that's what I'm saying, when you go to design build, for an engineer, we're turning to Weston to get the design. So, and part number 2 says you request input from the city. So that, at what point do we provide him that input? And who's doing that?
We were gonna have
Committee.
a committee.
Yeah.
So when is that
Me,
meeting?
Josh, Catherine, Kim, and then we were gonna get Ann from over there.
From the Excel
Okay.
group.
I like to be part of that committee.
I don't think it's gonna be like a thing from scratches, because these things are mainly in catalog.
Yeah.
Another plug and play, what you really want, but
Yeah.
you need the input from them.
Yeah, because we say what you really want, so who
Yeah.
defines what we want as a
So it's
community?
really not much of a.
Because you do what you want as a community, as an engineer, and you, pull, certain things, that's what I'm saying, is when I see a design build for,
I don't think Weston will have much of a say. It's all said and done. It'll be the paperwork and to make sure it's the finish line guy.
all right, so we're gonna have a collaborative process to this committee, which is membership is consistent of what? Who?
Not,
Everybody on fly. Want to clarify that? Or-
not me.
I'm just joking.
That's my only request was it wasn't going to be me. They could get me off of it immediately. That's when I said, Hamlet, what? No.
The reason for that, this is gonna be at least a $500,000 project. It's not a simple like 100,000. This is a major project using general funds, right? Mayor, not 3%, it's coming out of general funds.
They keep it as a 3%.
Well, right now, we don't have, right now it's coming from general funds, so it's coming from roof taxes and automobile taxes. So that's what I'm saying, it is more than just, we like to comp ourselves from the 3%, but again, part of that is having input up front versus at the end when you're like, this is what you get.
So how do we get through to get some input?
He just got
Yeah.
it. It's not gonna be, I mean, it's not, you can be part of the
It's
committee.
gonna be.
I only said, my only request is I'm not on that committee.
But I just want to make sure that Dean is part of my representative on that committee. That's Dean Coleman.
Oh, yeah. I've not talked to him, I have talked to her, saying that we were fixing to make some type of.
She's my representative for Ward
We
Five.
want to be them, we want to be part of the conversation.
Yeah.
No guarantees, but we could look at it and say, hey, we really can't. Because they're not enough at the top. So we're going to have to come in with some, maybe if the numbers may be out of whack, we just have to say, okay, that's still going to be paid to later on down the road. But anyway, because Jay's going to tell you, talk to us a little bit about some stuff on paper. That's going to be some cool stuff as well, but we just need money, time and money, right? Okay, anyway,
So I'm still confused what the process is.
you're on the committee.
We don't know either, Drew. All we know is we had to get an engineer contract
That's
to be able to
the
do
other
it.
thing, that threw a wrench in everything because we had to get an engineer.
Well, I know because we voted to do that. So what I'm saying is when you look at the engineer contract, phase 2 of that requirement. I know that's what we voted for. I mean, so but phase 2, if you look at the contract, it says it requires city or the input. Like I said, per road or something like that, simple. But when you have varying interests, desires, intent, age groups, specifics, hangings up, like that was a huge motivator and success story, how we got the specific ones, apparatus as part of the wash park or the water park, yeah. So that's the type of input I will make sure is,
And like basically what they were saying is, once this is voted on, then we're getting the committee together to get further on past that point. Right now, the only thing we wanted to make sure that it's for younger age, older age, and handicap. That's as far as we've gotten other than to right here.
okay. But that's why I want to make sure it's clear up front, the requirement. Because like a lot of times we do this, next time we see it is when we do we send out the bid because the specs are already designed.
And we do have that, but
And it's a $500,000 general fund.
I would say. Over 500 of it, but anyway, that's gonna be your decision. But, that's kind of gonna be part of the play. We'll kind of have an idea when it's heading out to bid. But in some cases, you never know. If it's come back wacky, then it's gonna be, okay, let's go to plan B. But I think, I mean, you can look at these magazines and these companies that build this stuff and walk them through it and say, okay, if I want it, this setup is gonna be this.
It's very much,
We
very
should,
much.
yeah, we should have an idea. Okay, my thoughts is, I would love to do, we're gonna do something good out there, I'll be frank. But I don't wanna do it to the extent that I can say, boy, now I need that $200,000 over here now, and now I don't have it because it's there. I want to be smart about how we do it. Not to mention, if we come in and do get the toddler stuff, now we're talking about some more money. But I don't know, you don't know till you get up on the very front end of all of this. So, you know, we may, I'll have to punt here in March or whenever, but this is the first step of the process. And I will go ahead and, as a matter of fact, we might need to get a motion to get through on that committee. But, anyway, I think that's good. I think that would be a perfect number. You two, who else? Josh and Catherine. Catherine's here for the paperwork. And then you guys meet before y'all get with
Process for grants and everything.
Okay, yeah. All right.
4 or 5, because I think when you establish a committee, it's going to be formalized. Like I said, otherwise, if it's not formalized, and it's not actually valid. So we agree about commit to establish a committee, whether for anything, it should be not, voted on.
Establish it by vote.
Normally you do. That's the legal, that's the legislative process.
We need to do interviews.
If you want to, we can have those.
I just don't want to be on the committee. It's all my only request. But, y'all can do it any which way y'all want to. Let's deal with that another time.
You was on the playground, what's your opinion on it?
We don't want to make it
Yeah, I know.
either. But you may want to be on it.
Not particularly. I mean, we've got employees that I trust to, I don't have to micromanage stuff like this.
This is not a micromanagement issue. This is a
Okay. Wow.
intent from public citizens.
She asked my opinion. She didn't ask yours. Anyway. Okay. I mean, I don't care to be on it. That's fine. I wasn't addressing you. I was responding to her.
Okay, we got a motion, got a second, all in favor?
Aye.
And y'all can meet and do whatever you want to do on y'all side. Number 13, request to allow Mickey, you should step around for this one. Request to allow Mickey Hurt to purchase his duty weapon, with that serial number in the amount of $1, which is allowed by state code, 45-9-131 per Chief Hyde. Is there a motion? Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
And I will add to that is, I appreciate you putting the code on there.
Yes, sir.
Because I think the first time I've ever seen us do this, I was questioning, not that I cared him getting one of our retiring officers getting the thing, because I knew at one point that was a totally different situation. So anyway, I appreciate you putting the
Yes, sir.
legal means by which allows us to do it. So, number 14, request to pay Shell Deer and Waits invoice, number 27-331 in the amount of $4,101.31, for construction services on Matthews Breaks sidewalk project. Is there a motion? Motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And boy, they are rocking and rolling over there. Love it. Number 15, request to approve just compensation offers, for George Street Bridge replacements per SDW for the city clerk.
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That will, allow us to get I'll call it a bridge, it's really gonna be a box culvert, over, on South George. Number 16, request to accept supplemental agreement number 2, advertise for a final payment to R&J Construction, for Old Richardson Road widening per SPW per city clerk. Is there a motion? Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
I will ask, see if we can do some accounting too, what portion of that was outside, and it's, I always have a guy bid on me, when I say this, outside money. I mean, not money on our side, from my grant money, and see what we look at on some of that. A lot of money flying around that project, but I get to the finish line, it was originally for 2017, when we originally appropriated the money, or, yeah, I guess we did appropriate off of the, NGO. All right, number 17, request to pay Shell Different Weights, invoice 27,494 in the amount of $5,652.89 for construction management services on Overstreet Road widening.
Motion.
Is there a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Sometimes, you will see that when we're talking about grants, some of those grants do not pay for the professional services side of that. Some do, some don't. That's one of the first questions Melissa and I usually ask. Seminars and travel, number 18, request to approve the following training in the fire department. Joe Harrison, fire instructor, school, January 5th through the 8th, cost $330. Hartley Faulkner, safety officer, January 12th through April 10th, cost $175. Lee Gilliland, safety officer, January 12th through April 10th, total cost $175. Mario Weathersby, fire life safety, January 12th, cost $175. And let's see, Joel Smith, fire officer 1, January 26th through the 29th, cost $330. And Dylan England, officer 1, January 26th to 29th, cost of $330. Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 19, request for Melissa Martin and Angel Dye to attend mandatory.
That's it.
Oh, wait, this is PERS. You need to definitely get that. PERS training in Jackson, Mississippi on January 13th. Total cost, mileage only.
Unless you let us take a truck, so,
The bug.
no.
They can take the bug, can you?
Absolutely, Keezer.
Not the Jackson.
Please ride. Only problem with the bug, you'll fall asleep riding around in it.
Well, yes, sir.
Got my- all in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, that is like a Tuesday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Southern is there.
All right, nothing else on here, nothing on the mayor's report, because we're going to talk to JS in a work session. So, no, members of the community, anything, Gavin? Anything?
No, ma'am. No, sir.
All in favor?
Aye.
You're all right.